Good afternoon. My name is Debbie Rice, and today we're going to be talking about invention in writing and really taking a look at exploration and discovery in the invention process. What is invention? Well, everybody knows, well, maybe everybody doesn't know, but as writing teachers, we are very familiar with the writing process. And basically, the invention part of the writing process is probably one of the most central, essential canons in the whole idea of rhetoric. What is invention? Invention in the writing process entails two different parts. We're talking about pre-writing and the planning. The pre-writing part being where you're helping your students kind of think about ideas, get their ideas and their thoughts down on paper, and then taking that and planning with those pieces that they have. Now, another thing that a lot of people don't realize is that we always talk about the writing process being recursive. The invention process is also recursive. So if they get to the planning stage and they decide, nah, I don't really like that, it's back to the pre-writing stage. Let's get some more ideas down. Let's think about it a little bit more. Purpose of invention. Using invention strategies can help students draw material from their knowledge base and from their own personal experiences. And at the high school and college level, we have lots of different areas where we're pretty knowledgeable, and we also have several experiences that we can actually use in our writing. And the truth of the matter is, we write best about those things we know about. The importance of invention in writing. Invention in writing is important because it actually draws on both the creative and the critical processes. And this is really important for students because we have some students that can think very creatively. We have those students that think critically. When we use the invention process and a variety of invention processes, then we can tap into both the creative sides of students and the critical sides of students. Not only does it tap into their creative and critical thinking processes, but it also helps to develop those processes. Invention provides students with an opportunity to, I love this, explore and play with words and phrases to unfold a theme or thesis in their writing. When we talk to students about invention, I don't think it should be kind of a harsh word. I think what it needs to be is it needs to be something where they play. I mean, we actually encourage them, play with your words, play with your ideas, play with the phrases, play with combinations. And it will help them really come up with a focused theme or thesis that they can get excited about and really think about writing about. When using invention strategies, let students understand that they should not be afraid to step outside the box. If you encourage critical thinking, if you encourage creative thinking, and you encourage your students to play, you will create an environment where students will feel safe to step outside their box and to really think about topics and ideas in a totally different way. Some of the forms that we may be very familiar with when it comes to invention strategies are free writing, clustering, listing, questioning. And today we're going to look at one that some of you may know about, some of you may not know about, and that's cubing. And cubing is a strategy that we can use to incorporate some of these common forms of free writing, listing, questioning, but it's a little more focused because we're actually looking at an idea or a topic from 6 different perspectives. This is what the usual cube that most of us are familiar with looks like, with the describe, associate, compare, analyze, apply, and argue. what I would like for us to do today is to take this idea of cube and create our own types of cube. This cube is very, very important because it does allow us to take some of the free forms of pre-writing and then really kind of focus it into three elements of writing that are very, very important for students to think about: audience, purpose, and form. The cube that I'm going to use today is an adaptation that I've created from Kelly Gallagher's Write Like This, his book Write Like This. And when Kelly Gallagher uses writing with his students, one of the things that he does is he divides the writing processes into different types of writing. Like for inform and explain, this would be kind of a narrative form of writing. And so what we're going to do right now is I want to do a couple of these with you just to give you an idea, and then you can kind of develop it yourself. Inform and explain. If we were asking our students to inform or explain on the topic of perhaps, let's say they've just read Frankenstein and we're doing the pursuit of knowledge, then basically what we're doing is we're asking them what is the pursuit of knowledge? And basically what you can do is when you first start using this with your students is guide them through these kinds of questions. Another thing that we might ask is, what experience do you have? With pursuit of knowledge. Now from here what I would do is I would say, okay students, what I want to do is I want to take 5 minutes. I would like for each of you to take a look at Inform and Explain, and you are welcome if you have any other questions that we can put in here for Inform and Explain to go ahead and just start jotting. You can use free writing and write, what is the pursuit of knowledge, and just free write. You can make a list of everything you can think of when it comes to the pursuit of knowledge. You can cluster the idea of pursuit of knowledge. Use whatever free form you want. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this. One of the reasons why I really want our students to talk about this is because even though writing is a very personal thing, it has become a very social activity now. And a lot of times for our students to really understand, what do I think about this? How do I feel about this? We need to give them time to talk about what their ideas are. So, what I'd like for you to do now, and unfortunately we won't have time to go over it, but I'd like for you to take each one of these other cube pieces and think of questions that you can guide your students with in cubing an idea like pursuit of knowledge. Thank you very much.